use your skull as a bowl. Who will never ever sell their soul? No. Who's stoking up the coals of hell? Who cannot be controlled? You know it's we three trolls, we three trolls. Now don't you get your overalls in a twist, y'all, but this podcast ain't endorsed by that world-famous comedy store or any kind of world-famous nothing. These three folks are just too rude, you hear? Who goes to the grassy knoll on an evening stroll? You know it's we three trolls, we three trolls. Yee-hoo! Get ready to be offended, y'all.
Hey guys.
What's up?
What's up?
Dude, Amir, where is this? Where are you talking to us from? A Delta Airlines bathroom?
Are you zooming from jail?
Someone smuggled his phone in their keister.
Hey guys.
Hi Amir, how are you today?
Hi.
Hey, can you guys hear me all right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, cool. So I'm a first time Zoomer.
Damn, dude. Lucky you. Lucky you.
I hope I'm a last time Zoomer. I hate this thing.
I can tell by your lighting.
Mm-hmm. I'm going through my blue period. Hello.
You look like you're on another planet.
I am. I'm on planet Joseph. It's a very lonely, sexless planet right now. But I'll tell you what, things are looking up. Because the longer these bitches are in fucking quarantine, the more they start liking my status updates, sending me messages through instant messenger. But yeah, dude, I'm going to get a great quarantine and come over and fuck me in front of my cats. Both of them. I'll make them watch.
I know, we need some hot quarantines over here.
Mm-hmm. What have you been doing, dude? How you been?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, how you been?
I got the flu like 2.5 weeks ago.
Fuck.
And that sucked. And so I'm just now feeling better. Like I'm all better, but like I'm still trying to get my energy back. And I never got tested for corona.
Oh man.
You think you had coronavirus?
I don't know, man. I didn't have the cough. So, and then the doctors told me not to come in and get tested or anything. There was no test at the time that I got sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
and they didn't want to spread it either. That's crazy. I feel like I had it. No, you didn't have a cough, but you had fever and shit for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I had a really bad fever for about 4 days and the shivers. And like, I was done. I was tired, no energy. And even after I got through all that, I still trying to get my energy back.
Jesus. You made it.
I made it.
Who knows? Maybe you had it. Not all the symptoms are the same.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it. I survived Corona, so Corona can kiss my ass.
Mm-hmm. And Corona beer can kiss my ass. I survived that too. I threw up a lot. You know, Amir, you look like you're on the TV show Oz. Do you know what that is? Where's Schillinger? Schillinger was always my favorite character on Oz.
I'm actually quarantining from a jail cell right now.
Mm-hmm. They didn't release you yet like they did all the other criminals?
Is it because I'm using a circle light? I have a circle light on, so it looks better. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, it just looks gray behind you. It's because of the wall behind you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't judge. I'm zooming in from fucking Mars. I've been on Mars for a little while now. We never went to the moon, but we did go to Mars. So there's a podcast they record there, and I'm on it.
Well, that's the best way to quarantine is to go to another planet right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like the planet anymore.
I'm worried about Wub over there. This dude has a Corona carpet in the background.
Oh shit! It does.
Hot lips.
Yeah.
Dude, I found out where that actual fucking thing is from. It's like a promotional, I don't know, I guess a sign from like 1924. Some song came out called Hot Lips. Like when Schmitty was over here, he was he Googled it and like found it in like 2 seconds. But it's from I think it's from Louisiana. It might be from New Orleans.
I actually know how to play the song Hot Lips.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, here you guys go. This is Hot Lips.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I got them hot lips on deck. Ooh, yeah. I just want one thing from you, is to suck on my...
Dude, there actually is music there. Unfortunately, you can't read the key that it's in. But supposedly the lyrics are, he's got hot lips.
He probably likes Tapatio.
Wasn't a hugely racist caricature on it. I would think it was a Rod Stewart song or something. Hot lips, kissing me, yeah. I love Rod Stewart though. I just thought I'd toss that out there, guys. I wanted to get to the Rod Stewart Las Vegas experience, but then the fucking world closed down. Now I'm stuck in my house listening to Rod Stewart's greatest hits on CD.
Is Rod Stewart playing in Vegas or something?
He was for a little while.
Shit.
Also, I believe Gwen Stefani had a show in Vegas for a while, but we can't go see any of this stuff.
I would love to see her. My family lives out there. I would love to see all those fucking shows.
Cool. Hey,
Does that mean we're turning old or what? The fuck, dude? Going to see Vegas shows?
Oh yeah.
What does that mean? Turn that down.
Isn't that what people do?
I guess.
Who are you listening to right now, Joseph? Like, what are you spending your time?
I've been listening to, no, that's not true. I've been listening to the band Stone Temple Pilots, whom I hated. I hated this cheeseball band for like 20 years, but now there's no more rock and roll on the radio. So now I'm like, well, fuck, I'm just going to go back into my past and buy all the albums I hated when I was a teenager because there's nothing else to listen to anymore. You know what I mean? Terrible music is better than new music.
Yeah, the music is so awful right now, dude. Like, I pretty much only listen to classical music on the radio.
Why bother listening to anything else? I listen to that, and I listen to this thing called reggaeton.
Reggaeton?
Reggaeton, is that what it's called?
I love reggaeton.
There's a billboard in my neighborhood. I live in Canoga Park. No, not enough said. But there's a billboard in my neighborhood that says 91.3 La Raza.
Yeah.
Source for the best reggaeton music. What is that?
Hey, Joseph.
Yeah.
I actually have a reggaeton version of Stone Temple Pilots song you might like.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's hear it.
All right. And I feel time to waste a go. So where you going with the tomorrow? Jump on.
Perfect. Another.
Thank you.
You know, Stone Temple Pilots were so lame. Hootie and the Blowfish covered one of their songs.
No.
Okay. Not very hardcore band, Stone Temple Pilots.
Which one? What song?
It's called Interstate Love Song. It's actually
I
one
love
of the better
that
songs.
song.
Yeah, it's one of their better songs.
Great song.
They have amazing singles, and then the rest of their albums are just filler. Like really bad filler. Like I am the lounge fly. I am the lounge fly. It's like what? Really? That's not what Nirvana and Pearl Jam were singing about, dude. You're ripping off the wrong songs.
Oh, I mean, I pretended like I liked the Grateful Dead for fucking 10 years, so.
What's not to like? What's not to like? Long, pointless jam sessions on blue scale. All right? We're talking 4/4 time for 4 hours straight. Maybe the moocher. 3 Hours later, he's still going. Fuck Manny the Moocher.
Hey guys, I have bad news.
What's that?
There's actually a Stone Temple's version of a Hootie and the Blowfish song.
Yeah, okay.
Would you guys like to hear it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, it's about how to make your woman cry. All right.
Show my
Let her cry. As the tears fall down like rain. Let her sing. If it eases all the pain.
You nailed the voice, dude.
Oh yeah, you guys. Oh man, have you guys heard my version of Ted Bundy singing R. Kelly?
No, let's hear it.
All right. Your body's calling for me from the mountains where I buried you. Ooh yeah.
Can I just say something since you brought up the Grateful Dead about how unbelievably bad bands with 2 drummers are? What the fuck? I cannot stand bands with 2 drummers. It does not make. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. It's like, hey, let's take a bunch of noise and just double it up. You know, double it up. Make sure no one can hear. Make it real confusing. Like having 2 lead singers or something. 2 people soloing. It doesn't make any sense. No one knows when they're supposed to play. Like get a drummer and get a percussionist. Why did you have to like settle on 2 drummers? Like, can you really not just kick one out? The Beatles did it, didn't they? Didn't they kick out the drum? I don't know.
Hey, Wub, I have something to tell you about the Grateful Dead. What's his name?
Jerry Garcia.
George Michaels did a version of Touch of Grey. It's called Touch of Gary. Have you heard of it?
I would have just said touch of gay. That you went deeper. You went deeper.
Yeah, I got specific.
Yeah.
Touch of Gary. It's a classic. It's got 2 drummers in a bathroom being recorded at the same time, and they're just playing with each other's sticks. That's it.
Yeah, follow the bouncing balls on your chin.
Oh, I love it. I'm putting that in my act.
Was George Michael the one who was caught in the bathroom trying to fuck?
Yeah, that was him.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was him or the Karma Chameleon dude.
No, Boy George has been a very good boy. He was last famous. He's never been arrested for drugs. He's never been arrested for touching a cop's dick in a fucking men's room.
He hasn't died of AIDS.
Has not died of AIDS.
Dude, that's hard for gay dudes. It's hard for them not to die of AIDS.
Oh my God.
That's a pretty big accomplishment.
Didn't, gosh, who the hell were we talking about right before that? Didn't he die in London?
George Michael,
London?
yeah.
Yeah, didn't he die? Wasn't it AIDS he died from?
No, he was a drug addict. I
Oh.
think he died of some kind of drug-related thing.
He was injecting beef.
Yeah, he was a fat heroin addict. Like, how does that happen?
Oh, well, dude, I knew a chick who was a fat cocaine addict. Actually, I know one now.
I know several. I did comedy in LA.
What did you call me? What did you call me, Wub? Son of a bitch.
Come on, you're not a cocaine addict.
Oh, no. I'm not a fat white girl either.
Yeah, we're both white. That's true. Fat white girls like cocaine too.
White folks like cocaine the most,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. When's the last time you saw a real sister do cocaine?
Literally never. But when was the last time I saw a real sister? Sister, I may have missed you. Rice did hit you. I don't know.
Probably on
I
Pornhub.
guess I just know a bunch of black girls that love cocaine because I've done plenty of coke with black chicks.
They feel it's a step up from crack, you know.
It is. It's kind of a step up.
Yeah, it's definitely a step up.
But yeah, it's definitely more of a white girl thing for sure. But now it's all shit. It's all meth anyway. That's why that fucking girl's so fat. Fucking shavings off of deodorant, probably. God knows.
There's probably sugar in her cocaine.
Yeah, dude.
Somebody put sativa in that shit for her.
Sativa was the name of the black girl I fucked.
No, for sure she'd be named Indica.
That's good.
I wanted to tell you that I promoted our homeless special on the Reddit/homeless subreddit.
Hell yeah.
And by the way, it yielded about 4 streams, no big deal. But what I found amusing is that the homeless Reddit has a moderator who has to approve everything you post. So, for instance, I can't go back there and say, "Get a fucking job, you losers! Get a fucking job and get the fuck off Reddit!" I can't do that. They'll delete it. They're too fragile for that. Anyway, not too fragile to do the same stuff that they always do during a goddamn lockdown. Dude, it's madness out in Canoga Park, man. Like I saw people digging through the trash. I saw these dudes. Do you know there's like these, there's these big boxes where you can put old clothing inside of, right? And donate it.
Yeah, that's what the Superman Hollywood guy died in.
Exactly. Well, the other day, 2 dudes just ripped all the clothing out of it and were just jumping around on it in the parking lot. It's a fucking quarantine! This is definitely not something you're supposed to be doing right now. Damn it. You know, if I have to sit inside all day, god damn it, the rest of you should too. Why are you out having fun, stomping on stuff?
Yeah.
That's like for them, that's like a pile of leaves being raked together.
I'm so on the fence about whether the virus is real because I'm telling you, dude, it should have wiped out Canoga Park in 2 weeks. These motherfuckers don't care about hygiene. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about isolation or being in one place or whatever.
I've got 2 theories on that, though. One, meth counteracts all coronavirus.
Be the cure.
And then 2 is that how the fuck would they even know if they're sick?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the coronavirus would be like the last thing to take them out. Like, they've got fucking gangrenous feet, for Christ's sake.
You know, I saw Gangrenous Feet open for Metallica last summer. That's a fucking killer, dude. Gangrenous Feet.
It's a spin-off band from Little Feat.
Uh-huh. They're Gangrenous Feet, though. Hey, how would you feel if Metallica had 2 drummers? That might actually help.
Well, yeah, one to keep time.
Mm-hmm. I love early Metallica because it just sounds like 4 dudes playing a different song together. Everyone's getting a solo. What's the bass guitar, dude? He's got a solo, too. What the fuck? It's 15 minutes long. Get the fuck out of here.
It's basically like Dixieland jazz, but in a garage with guitars.
They suck, dude. I think Metallica got way better when they sold out. Like, a lot better. The songs are better. The haircuts looked better. I don't want to look at you when you look like the fucking Cowardly Lion, dude.
My new favorite Metallica song is the remix they did of Nothing Else Matters.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Gangrenous Feet Matters. Here's how it goes. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, I got gangrenous feet. Yeah. Thank you.
Have you guys ever seen Metallica in concert?
Yeah.
Yeah. What year was it?
This had to be. Oh man, I was so young. I was a kid, so it had to be back in like '92. I think I saw them in
Oh, you
'92.
saw them in their fucking peak.
Guns N' Roses was the headliner.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You lucky bastard! I wanted to see that tour so badly when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I had a rich white friend, and they offered to take me with them. And
I was the rich white friend.
they were great, man. They killed. They were the Andrew Dice Clay was the opening comedian.
No way! You're fucking kidding.
Yeah,
What a
yeah. It was
check.
weird. He was just bombing in front of like a half crowd.
Yeah. Hey, what's the? I don't know.
So I had my tongue up this guy's ass. Hey.
You guys want to hear the unemployment version of Metallica?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hush, little baby, the paycheck's in the mail.
You know what, though? No one's getting their stimulus check. None of us are getting a stimulus check.
Dude, my brother went to a concert on that tour too, Amir. I was super jealous.
Really?
Yeah, he got a T-shirt and shit. I was like, that's where I wanted to be, but you know.
Did Axl Rose make your friend wait 2 hours after Metallica played to show up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he did. I didn't ask, but I'm sure.
Yeah,
that's
it's,
really,
it's ideal to go on after the crowd has already literally seen like 4 hours of music, because there's a band that went on before Metallica too. So
yeah, that's right.
yeah, Guns N' Roses would go on at like 1 a.m. That's just rude. like, who the fuck are you? That's how it was in New Orleans. Like the concerts don't start until 1 a.m. because it's a drinking town, dude. People want to have time to fucking drink. There is no alcohol.
Those guys needed time to do hair wrong. So
Plus, Axel probably had to eat like 4 large pizzas before he got out there. And, you know, I'm guessing that's why he looks like that now. Like, he's like one of the only like people who did heroin in their youth that is now a fat piece of shit. You know?
yeah, he used
Everyone
to.
else looks like Iggy Pop or something, but he looks like fucking soda pop.
Oh, it's definitely pizza and booze, man. Bloat. He's got that rock star bloat.
Yeah.
I guess
You
you like too.
Hey, Axel used to run across the stage, like in his little short shorts, and now he just gets real sweaty and slides.
Yeah, he's a different kind of gay archetype. When he was young, he was like the skinny twink gay archetype with the nice long stringy hair. He was rocking the fucking biker shorts on stage, right? Now he's like the old gay dude with the cool redneck mustache. He's still gay, but he's like a different kind of gay. The less fuckable gay, to be honest with you.
Well, maybe he does the fucking.
Axl Rose has a new song that he's putting out there, and it's all about his favorite meals. Would you guys like to hear it?
Oh yeah.
She's got a meal, and it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories when everything was as fresh as a brand new donut.
Sounds about right, man. He's telling us his future.
At the bright blue sky, I'll fuck a guy under the bright blue sky.
By the way,
I
know this is controversial to say, but I think the old-fashioned donut is the best donut. You know what I'm talking about? Old-fashioned donut?
Yeah, buttermilk. Has like a buttermilk flavor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yummy.
That's just a bomb.
I'm all about the vegan donuts these days. Vegan donuts is my shit.
Oh yeah, you're vegan now?
I like to go
I'm not vegan.
Oh,
I'm not
just
vegan at all.
Vegan donuts?
I'm just lactose intolerant. So I go to places like Donut Friend or SK Donuts, and they have donuts that taste just like the real donut, and there's no milk or butter in it. I love it.
Yeah, and they named the donuts after cool punk rock bands from the 80s. Hey guys, get yourself a Minter Threat. It's a mint donut named after Minor Threat. I hate that stuff. If you knew anything about Minor Threat, you know they were against merchandising. They won't sell donuts. They didn't even sell T-shirts. Fuckers. I would love that after I die or we quit the podcast, if they're like, Krispy Kreme donuts, Joseph P. Larkin from Thr33 Tr0lls loved that. Why don't we fucking name a fucking donut after him and fucking exploit his memory for money? It's all about money. We do this podcast because we want to tell you the truth.
They'll name you something like the Larkin glaze, something super homo.
Yep. The gayer the better.
Hey, Joseph. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe donut.
Donuts are gross, man. Hey, here's a gross. This is just for the guys. I guess women can answer too. But what food have you fucked? What food have you fucked? Have you ever sat down on a cucumber or you ever had yourself you ever masturbated with a slice of New York City pizza, baby? You just fold it over, baby. Fold it over and fuck it, baby. Oh yeah, we can fuck pizza in New York City at 4 in the morning because it's still open. You know what I mean?
I think we should put out a series of sweets, you know? We could have Thr33 for the donuts.
Yeah. I like the name. Nobody has to watch us make them, you know? They don't have to know how we make them. I have to see you guys perverts just sticking your penises through all the holes.
No, I'm just children make the food.
Maybe we can make a cover band called Guns and Donuts.
That does sound like a California donut chain, though. Not guns, donuts.
All our donuts got bullet holes.
I wish I had a gun right now. To reiterate from last time, you have a gun, Amir?
Oh, just the one in my pants. Ooh, yeah.
That's not gonna help you when someone breaks in. You're like, check out my big dick. You still want to rob me? Yeah, okay. Well, anyway.
You guys should download the Citizen app. Download the Citizen app, and you'll definitely want to get a gun after you see all the shit that goes on in my fucking neighborhood, especially Hollywood. It's crazy. People starting fires in their houses, like abandoned houses are just getting fucking lit up. There's homeless people just going off, going crazy, robbing people. People are getting robbed like crazy, just walking to the store because they don't see anybody to ask them for change. So now anytime they see anybody, they're just like, rah, give me all your fucking money.
Wow.
Nobody wants to be touched by them. So, best time to rob somebody would be right now. I'm a big gun advocate now. For the NRA.
Yeah, you could rob somebody right now with a fucking strong cough. You know, give me your fucking money, or I'm gonna hawk this loogie on you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, the homeless people don't care. They were still. This guy was just all up on me. He was literally like a foot away from me, talking to me in my face. I'm like, can you please get the fuck away from me? Like, it's disgusting. Like, that's all I worry about. Not like the actual public. I worry about those guys because they're gonna use that as an advantage now, to get what they want because they know people are freaked out.
Well, I'll tell you this: you cough on me, and I'm spraying you in the fucking face with mace. You really cough when you're on the fucking ground. I'm kicking you in the stomach to make you cough even more. Cough it up. Cough it up, baby.
Well, you guys, I don't know about being robbed in public, but I do know about being Rob Thomas.
You're so stupid.
Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it.
White women love that fucking song. That song is so sexy to them. You know what I mean?
I used to love it. Loved it. Listened to it like 20 times in a row.
Yeah,
Every day.
It's got the white man's look to a very Latin, sexy feel behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What happened to Rob Thomas? He's gone.
He ate too many donuts.
You got fat too?
Got fat, bro.
Everyone gets
I love it when celebrities get fat. Like nothing makes me happier than when they get blow the fuck up. It's just so funny because your memory of that person is like one way, and then you see them 20 years later. They're just aged, but they're just fucking huge. I love it.
What happened to Dave Matthews Band anyway?
They're still out there.
They are?
Yeah.
Why?
They're gonna survive this?
Yeah, haven't we suffered enough? There's some good stuff about the pandemic. Like, for instance, the Grateful Dead's finally stopped touring. Your fucking lead singer died 25 years ago. You still fucking toured. What the fuck? Like anyone was going there to see the guy playing banjo. It's all about Jerry, baby.
More like the ungrateful alive.
When they played a show a couple years ago where they sold out Soldier Field in Chicago like 2 days in a row. There's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there. So
How big is that?
Bucks. Oh Jesus, I couldn't even tell you. That's where the football team plays. 50,000. It's at 100,000 people that they played for that weekend. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Damn.
And then what's funny about Grateful Dead shows is that there's some people don't even go into the show. There's out in the parking lot selling friendship beads and what the fuck ever.
Drugs.
I'm telling you, if I was in charge of the country, I wouldn't send the National Guard out to LA for some fucking stupid quarantine. I'd send the National Guard to Soldier Field to kill all the pathetic, useless hippies. You think the hippies were losers in the 60s and 70s? Look at them now! You didn't change anything. You didn't fix a fucking thing. In fact, the world is about 1 million times worse since the fucking hippies came of age and got into our fucking political system.
I agree. They passed the torch to the hipsters. You know,
Yep,
like when that became popular, they're just like the same people. They were just younger and richer.
Well, the Grateful Dead was just like a propaganda machine for the CIA. They're just they gave them all this acid and shit. They gave them all, because they're trying to do mind control stuff. So they're just going all around the country. Those guys, they're still brainwashed by these fucking terrible, terrible band. I mean, High on Cocaine on the Train was whatever, however that song goes. I like that song because I like drugs. That's about it. That's it.
I'd love to hear a 45-minute long version of that song.
Well, here you go.
Jamming. I want
Here
to
it
see
comes,
Grateful
guys.
Dead and Metallica jam together. Can we get that on the Emmys one year? The Grammys, excuse me. At the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, make Metallica and fucking Grateful Dead perform for 6 hours straight. It's like a fucking shift at work. I'm sorry, did I come to see a concert or did I get a fucking part-time job? Same with that Bruce Springsteen motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see 3.5 hours of music. I don't want to see 3.5 hours of anybody except Hitler. Bring Hitler back to life. I'll watch him for days. But the rest of these fucking clowns, Dave Matthews.
Hitler was on meth. He was on more high energy. He's more at your level, you know?
Hitler was definitely a meth head, allegedly. I don't believe anything they say about Hitler. It's enough he did genocide. Can't we just leave it there? Oh, he's got one ball. His mom was Jewish. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen, he just did a genocide. Isn't that enough? You gotta besmirch his name even more than genocide did. I hate that shit. Well, you know, the reason why Hitler killed all those Jews is because he only had one ball. Oh, really? Is that what you think? Get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
Hitler
Joseph.
had a lot of balls for one ball. Okay, yeah.
Hey, Joseph, if Hitler was alive right now in America, what race would he want to genocide now?
White people. White people. He would be so he'd be just disappointed. We let him down. We let him down, dude.
So the South.
Listen, man, I am future Hitler. I paint too. Did you know Hitler was a painter as well? All I need is a little fucking support. Buy some paintings and then I won't have to genocide anyone.
Yeah, but you were accepted into our school.
I was actually.
So you're better than Hitler.
You
Yeah.
had sex with way too many Mexican girls to be Hitler.
I don't know. Hitler's girlfriend was pretty hot, dude. Eva Braun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude.
No research done.
You know how like all the other weaker podcasts always have a name for their episode? You know what I'm talking about? It's like We Three Trolls number 5, the Apocalypse Get-In, some lame pun. I'm gonna call this one In Defense of Hitler.
Jesus
In
Christ.
Defense of Hitler.
I should have logged out 5 minutes ago. This podcast took a weird turn.
This was all part of my fucking scheme, dude. You fell right into my trap.
I mean, you are on We Three Trolls, so that's what you do.
Of course, yeah. Well, Hitler needs his own song.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Dude.
All right. If Hitler was alive today, he'd kill some white people where they stay. Yeah. Joseph P. Larkin would join forces with Hitler. And then one day Hitler would cut Joseph's balls off.
I just like to say, I know a guy with one ball, and he has not killed a single Jew. Not even himself.
No way.
Yeah, as I was ranting about Hitler, I was also petting my cat. So, I'm like a fucking supervillain right now.
You look like one.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm sure Hitler had cats and dogs.
Oh, Hitler was a total animal man. Or, I mean, an animal person.
He's an animal lover.
Yeah, totally. Get out of here.
Joseph, where are you at? In your closet? Where are those
Yeah.
lights?
He's in the bunker where Hitler killed himself. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
He might still be alive. He might be a Holocaust survivor in South America somewhere.
Yeah,
That's true.
forget that we lost Hitler in the Holocaust. 6,000,001.
That would be a good disguise, just to like put on a tattoo with a few numbers on it.
Yeah. You never know.
In the public.
Hey, Trolls, I just found a song by Elvis Costello called Two Little Hitlers.
Oh, let's do it. Let's hear it.
Would you guys like to hear the chorus?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, this is how I think it goes. Okay, guys? Here we go. Two little Hitlers will fight it out until one little Hitler does the other one's will. I will return. Thank you.
Man, I think Elvis Costello sucks. Wow, what a great songwriter. Wow, that was really profound, Elvis. Are you saying all leaders are bad? Whoa, you just blew my mind. Like I haven't been living in this world my whole life.
Yeah, Elvis Costello, modern genius.
Hey, Amir, do you want to try to do a poem?
Yeah, let's do a poem. Let's do something jazzy for you.
Well, we could do our pop poem. Do you want to do what? Do you remember we did it with Steve Miller Band's The Joker as the background?
Oh yeah, the Joker. Let's see.
You remember how to play that?
Yeah, I got it. I'm just gonna remind myself real quick.
Oh well, while you do that, I was gonna say, so me and Amir used to host a show together in a bar in a motel where people lived. It was like
Extended stay.
Yeah. So I used to host it for a little while, and then Amir used to come by sometimes, and we would do stuff together. That's it.
Fun stuff?
Yeah, no, like stuff on stage. Like he played music, and then I'd read a poem or whatever.
That's fun.
And then if there was any women there, I would go home with whichever woman was there. This happened one time because there was never any women there.
And she never came back.
What's that?
And she never came back.
Dude, I got her back to my house. I got her on my bed, and she got her purse out, and she goes,
It's gonna be $200.
No. She goes, hey, check it out. This is my copy of the Quran. And I was like, oh, I didn't get you drunk enough to fuck you. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I made a misstep somewhere along the way. If you think you're gonna read the Quran in my bed instead of fucking me there. Well, there's some kind of mysterious person behind what? Did you guys see that? Spooky.
It's a ghost.
It looked like a man. Oh yeah. So anyways, this is one of the pubs that we used to do.
He's not really a ghost, but maybe he's a spook.
I hope you mean by the CIA. My ex-girlfriend always complained I smoked too much weed. That's why she's my ex-girlfriend, baby. Nowadays, I only tap the ass that smokes the grass. I only poke those coke. I only glaze those who blaze with my mayonnaise. I only fucks with the bush that push and off the cuff. I give it rough to the muffs of those who puff until they've had enough. Yeah, that's the stuff. Are you calling my bluff? Katie, it's your cash. You wish me to smash, to take a pass on the sass and make a dash of your hash dash. I just let you ride my mustache until your teeth gnash and get a rash. If you want me to lay the pipe, you best pack your pipe. The time is ripe. Bring the dope or I'll say nope, and then you'll just mope because you didn't get groped. Bring an ounce or daddy won't pounce, he'll probably just bounce. Bring the 420 if you want a 69 or you'll be 86 forever. Don't forget the herb or I'll kick you to the curb. You heard? Word. Pop a roach in my mouth and I'll make you tingle down south. Roll up a joint if the bedroom is our rallying point. Twist up a J and your cookie I shall slay until it's old and gray. Unless you're gay. Now do as I say. Get me stoned and I'll release a cyclone on your bikini zone that will make you moan until you groan. Plainly stated, cross-faded before we get quadruple X-rated. Yeah, I want to videotape it. Bring a stick kicky if you want a quickie. Bring the reefer if you want me near your queeper. Bring the bud if you want to pull my pud. This stud will make your lap flood and leave you stammering like Elmer Fudd. The old stick in the mud. So bring the weed if the dick you need. It's the only way I'll breed. The sex would be incredible if you'd only bring an edible. Ladies, I don't want the twat unless it's a cup of pie. You guessed it, some pot. So grab the bong and remove the thong. You want to be the my chong. It ain't wrong to call it this dong. It'll love you all night long, all night. Here's the part. All night.
All night long.
Yeah. And then we just go back to the other part. Sorry, we rehearsed this. Put it down in my jukebox and it will only play this song. It's a mission. You got to spark up a blunt or I will punt your front. Oh, what's the dog will hunt. The end. That's my song, guys. That's based on the true story.
Back, dude.
That's based on the true story of me dating a girl who didn't smoke weed, and it did not last long. I thought I loved her, but no, I love weed.
So she didn't smoke weed and didn't allow you to smoke weed? Why didn't it work?
It was more like I don't want to smoke weed around her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just didn't. But that was kind of a bad match. I needed somebody at that time in my life in particular that smoked weed.
Gotcha.
A lot.
I heard an interesting theory about marijuana the other day, and I wanted to run it by you guys and tell me how factual this is. Is it true that smoking marijuana gets your brain full of mercury and it slows down your thought process?
I don't know.
Mercury?
Yeah, the stuff they put in the sky, they spray it in the sky. They call it chemtrails.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I don't know.
Huh?
We,
I don't know.
yeah.
I've been pretty fucking dumb when I'm high, but I've also been really dumb when I'm sober too. So I don't know. I feel like
That sounds like something they would tell people who smoke who would be dumb enough to believe it.
yeah, good point.
Maybe they're just trying to trick us into stop smoking. But
I mean, there's definitely a lot of things that slow your brain down, you know.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't trust the weed anymore because it's legal. And I don't trust the government. Like, I don't want to get weed that has pesticides and shit all over it because that's what they're going to do now. And by the way, that is what they're doing. Like, I bought some weed earlier this week from the, like, legit dispensary. And, dude, it's disgusting. It's dry. It takes 3 fucking bowls to get high. It hurts my lungs.
Wow.
It actually might be the weed is so bad now at the legit stores, which I only have access to right now, that I might just fucking quit weed. I might just like get a life.
I think you might have bought the Dave Matthews strain.
I will tell you this, Amir, at the stores that are legal storefronts, it's filled with Dave Matthews Band's listeners. The whitest, dumbest, non-weed smoking as motherfuckers go in there and like they all spend like 80 because they have to. It's expensive, so they spend like $80 for a fucking gram or whatever, and they don't even know that there's options that you don't have to go there. You could go to the other cool dispensary and get the same shit for $10.
Wow.
Where are you getting weed for $10, dude? I'm not getting weed for $10.
For real? No, well, I usually only get myself a gram. Gram should never be more than $15, and that's the $15 should be if it's like the special fancy weed that costs more in general. But when you go to these legit shops, it's $20 on the ticket price, and then I'm not kidding, it's at least $20 for fucking taxes. If they don't pay the taxes for you, it's double the price.
It's fucking crazy.
Double the price. It's fucking nuts.
The government's making so much money off weed. I mean, I cannot see them trying to get involved in making it and producing it and fucking it up like Monsanto, where they have the fucking seeds. You know what I mean? Like it's eventually gonna happen.
Well, I think that's why they kept the businesses, the dispensaries as essential, is only because they want the tax money.
Right.
So that, I mean, they don't give a fuck about people, but they figure, hey, you know, nobody's working, but people are definitely going to keep buying. So if we keep that open, we can at least get money into the state where you wouldn't get from other taxes because people aren't making the money.
Right. Yeah, they're not worried about our health. They never considered it like a health thing until now. All of a sudden, I'm like, wow, isn't that funny? Now that you want the tax money for it, you know?
Mm. Hey, do you think more women got date raped to Dave Matthews Band or to the song Date Rape?
By Sublime. Yeah. An ironic amount of people got raped to that song. Again, a truly devastatingly ironic a number of people were raped to the song Date Rape on a date.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine more hippies were raped to Grateful Dead music.
They didn't even know what was going on.
Rape, dude. The hippies didn't rape. They were like, free love, baby. Their fucking scrum inside me.
At worst, they were like Cosby'd, you know, in some way. You know?
Oh, yeah. Dude, those hippies were the male feminists of their time. These fuckers that go on Facebook and are like, women are funny, and you should treat them like humans. It's like, all right, yeah, knock it off. Fine. You're going wild. You know, not those. You know what I'm talking about, right? These people that are the male feminists, and like they're an ally or whatever. They just do that to get pussy, and they can't get pussy like normal guys get pussy, so it's got to be rape.
Dude, there's no way those girls fuck those guys, because like they they want to be dominated by women, and those women want to be dominated by men. So nobody's fucking, and they're all pissed off at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good point.
I'm confused. Who's getting dominated?
The male feminists want to be basically dominated.
Dominated.
Oh, okay. I'm still lost.
Hey, well, he's talking about how women like to be
Oh
dominated.
shit, my connection's bad.
Yeah, actually, it is. You just froze. Women don't like male feminists because the male feminists consider women to be like higher above them or something. They don't. It just the peanut butter and chocolate don't mix together in this scenario. Usually it works, but I don't know.
It's guys that are trying to fuck is basically what they are. They're liars. They're trying to pretend.
Yeah.
No, that's not how man, woman work. We want an actual man. We don't want a pussy. You know what I mean? Or if we wanted a pussy, we'd be gay. We'd be lesbians, you know?
Even if you're a lesbian,
makes sense.
you still want a woman that would take care of you and dominate you, right?
Exactly.
Hey,
I wouldn't want another me.
Hey, Joseph. Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I had sex with a feminist.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pay her the same as a man.
That's a good joke. I don't like.
Thanks. That's going in my act. Thanks.
Yeah.
I've always actually wondered what it would be like to fuck a feminist. Like, I cannot imagine what it's like in that scenario to just be like, hey, is it okay if I make you come now? Like,
Don't make them come. Because that's the thing. Because, like, I used to exclusively date these feminists in my 20s because they would put out. They were the girls that put out the easiest, to be honest with you. But the sex was fucking terrible because you're right, Webb. I had no idea that I was supposed to, like, choke them or pull their hair or just fuck them. Just fuck them good. No fucking clue. I was like, these are delicate flowers and we gotta treat these women with respect. These women must have been so fucking frustrated. So frustrated. Because outside of the bedroom, I was their perfect match. I fucking talked shit to them all the time. I never took any fucking guff. Whatever. But once we got into the bedroom, I was fucking turned into a fucking first-rate pussy. That just sucked. If you're watching this, ex-girlfriends, and I think that some of you are, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was so bad at sex, and I'm better at it. I got a lot better at it. A lot better. You should see some of the women I fuck now compared to you. Such higher quality women that I know I'm better at sex. So I used to fuck you. Remember you? You look like a goddamn dog. You look like a dog on its hind legs walking around with me at the mall. People were like, is that your service animal? I was like, no, that's my girlfriend. You know what? Fuck you ugly bitch.
3, 4.
I got raped in the parking lot of the Grateful Dead show because I got high.
I know, been raining all fucking day.
I like it. It's a nice change of pace. But it does make me wonder if the government controls our weather. There's a fucking pandemic and it keeps getting cold and then hot again. It's like a good way to get everyone sick, right?
Well, Corona thrives in the cold. That's what
By the way, I like to fantasize that the government could actually pull anything off, but they can't even deliver the fucking mail, let alone control the weather. So
Dude, that's my biggest gripe against people who think everything is so coordinated. It's just like, dude, they can't do shit on purpose. You think they're so good? Like, have you ever tried to fucking do anything, even with your friends? Put it together, it's impossible.
Would you guys like to hear a dad joke about the weather?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, ask me if I like windmills.
Do you like windmills?
I'm a big fan.
That's funny. That makes me a joke my dad told the mailman one day, or the mail lady. The mail lady was delivering mail, and it was like 120 degrees in Louisiana. And my dad walks up to the mail truck to get the mail from her. That's already annoying to me. If I was the mail lady, I'd be like, let me put it in the mailbox and leave, you know? He gets it, he goes, hey, hot enough for you? Is it hot enough for you? But yeah.
That's where you got your game.
Without a doubt.
The no game.
I am my father's son.
Yeah.
I've got a dad joke.
Okay.
Here, ask me, hey, how are you doing, Dad?
How you doing, Dan?
Shut up, you little faggot. I never wanted you.
That sounds like my dad, all right.
Let's drink.
Yeah, exactly. I never wanted you. You weren't a 12-pack of beer. What do I do with you, a child? My dad, like having children and being married, I think it was just like his private hell. You know what I mean? He definitely was not he's not suited for the fatherhood lifestyle. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You have to stop being selfish and think about the children you have, stuff like that, you know? It's just too deep.
Your girl's got a kid, right, Amir?
Yep, she's behind the camera listening to everything you say right now.
Oh, so we won't talk shit on her. Hi.
Jay says hi. Yeah, you guys. My dad was pretty nice. He didn't want to beat me. He just wanted to scare the shit out of me instead. It was more of a psychological beating.
Oh yeah, that's how my mom was. Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, my dad would pull out his belt and he'd be like, "You gonna go close that window, right?" But he was Arab, so it sounded more like, "You gonna go close the window? I beat you with my belt."
Does anyone else low-key think that, like, the Muslims have won because we're all in burqas now? We gotta fucking wear face masks and shit.
I think that that Bernie dropped out because he was like, "Well, I don't have anything I wanted to accomplish. You did it already. Everyone's trapped at home on the government dole. Love it, dude. All that shit was just a money-making scam for Bernie. He got so much money in donations. You know, all these other saps like Trump and Michael Bloomberg spent millions of dollars to get on TV and do it. He didn't spend jack fucking shit.
Well, Trump didn't have to. Trump he did spend some money, but in this time, they raised a shit ton of money. Like, dude, during the impeachment, all he did was get money. People were like, "Fuck you, I'm putting more money into this."
Yeah. And even up to last week, he was still asking for donations because I get them in my feed, and I don't follow any political people. Do you know what I mean? I don't like any of those people.
Yeah. Do you guys think Joe Biden can hold up against Trump trash talk?
No way, dude. First of all, Joe Biden seems to be mentally unwell or something like that. He seems confused.
Yeah, he looks a little lost. Yeah, he looks like your lost uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, Trump could respond to like anything Biden says by simply being like, after he finishes talking, just being like, "I think somebody needs a nap," and like he would crush every time, and he could just say it for everything.
Yeah.
Like the dude's like unintelligible.
Yeah, he has no fucking idea what's going on. See, I always wondered. Well, I just want to say this real quick. I always wondered why it was that he was allowing people to photograph him touching little girls and smelling their hair and stuff. He doesn't even fucking know he's being photographed, dude. He has no idea what the fuck is going on. It's terrifying. It's
he thinks they're still using daguerreotypes. Okay, that's a pretty old reference, but
daguerreotypes.
If I was Joe Biden's what do you call it? Like their publicist or their image consultant.
Mm-hmm.
When it's time for debates, I would have Joe Biden come out with a full tan, bronze tan, blonde hair, all right, oversized tie, and just completely confuse the fans and the people watching, and just look just like Trump, and maybe you could pull it off and look about 10 years younger.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't think he can do it just because, like, the only people that want him in are the people who just cannot stand Trump. And yeah, there's a lot of those people, but like, I don't think there's enough of them. Because there's other people that can't stand Biden who are just like, "Fuck him. I was down for Bernie or whatever, and I'm not going to vote for him. Plus,
I
young
still like him after how badly he's handled this COVID-19 pandemic.
dude, it's all smoke and mirrors because his approval's up.
Why is that?
Let me ask you this: how did he badly handle it? He closed everything down. What more can he do?
He did.
Well, he got notified months and months prior to the to it reaching America that this was going to be a pandemic, and it was
during the impeachment. So how would he even have time to look after our country? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
it was like the perfect storm in January and February of stuff not getting done because of our media, because of the Democrats not wanting to push the stimulus package through without adding a bunch of bullshit.
That would have been the perfect time, like during the impeachment thing, if he just said, "Hey, fuck it, Corona's coming, fuck the impeachment, let's get started on all that."
Well, he actually did mention it in his State of the Union address. He mentions that they are watching on this virus in China and trying to keep tabs on it, which is way earlier than anybody knew what the fuck was going on. And even if you think he did a bad job, Biden's statements about it are even worse because he was like he was saying it was a bad idea to close flights from China for a long time after they did it. And he was one of those people who was calling him racist and xenophobic for this. So it's like even if you think Trump's record is bad on it, Biden's doesn't look good based on what he said. So I think Trump can easily just like counter that by just saying that kind of shit and be like, well, whatever you think what I did, you were still trying to let people in. Like,
yeah, the people are starting to say that this could be biological warfare. And they're talking about on the news some professor is tied to China and taking money from them as far as like
there's been a few professors who got caught for being funded by Chinese for their research, and then they weren't reporting it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, is this going to lead to a war with China, guys? What do you think?
I was just going to say, if anything, it should have alerted American citizens to the fact that we're way too reliant on China for stuff.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That's why the toilet paper ran out, because all the toilet paper's in China. And guess what? If they did send a biological weapon, why don't you just hold on to your fucking stuff that would help fix the problem, like the medicine and whatever? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
So is China withholding medicine? Is that a thing?
I don't
know, but I mean, like, to me, it's the same problem as when we were dependent on the Middle East for oil. We were always getting involved with them, and it's like if you can find a way. The problem is it's just hard to make sure that all the things that are absolutely necessary for the country to run get done by them or by our own selves. It's hard to just even predict what those things might be. I'm sure there are smart people who would be better at it, but those people are never paid well or anything to make those kind of predictions. Plus, nobody listens to them. Like, look how fucking bad Trump was saying, talking shit about China since the beginning of his campaign. And like now it's kind of coming to fruition in his campaign. It's like it almost makes him look good because he's like, look, I told you this shit was a threat and here it is. Yeah. Now we're dealing with it. And nobody even pays attention to the fact that China's moving their ships into the South China Sea and taking territory, and that did you even see anything on the news about that Venezuelan ship that rammed a cruise ship? No, you didn't see anything about that. They ran into a cruise ship. Well, they fucking sank anyway by hitting the cruise ship instead of the ship.
Oh, wow.
But like nobody heard about that. And then and we had to move in Like we had to take an aircraft carrier offline. Like people are trying to take advantage of the U.S. right now.
Wow, that makes sense. That's believable.
Yeah, it's like who knows what kind of shit that could start, you know?
Yeah, this could just be the first wave of a very long attack.
Yeah, and people would be like, "Oh, we got over the fucking virus," you know, maybe in a month or something when things calm down, and then it's like, maybe the next threat is a horrific computer virus or something, you know, through
Yeah,
this.
they say when you kill lobster or frogs, you just do a slow boil, and then they're just cooking in it, and they don't realize they're dying. And then when it's too late, you turn up the heat, and then they're done. And then and that's what this feels like, a slow boil.
Yeah.
If it were a real attack, you know?
That's the same philosophy I have for eating pussy.
That's what I've heard.
I don't want to get into a war with China. These motherfuckers eat frogs alive. These are bad motherfuckers, dude. I don't want to.
Dude, it's true. When I was over there, they were serving us at a banquet. I went to this banquet with like the mayor of fucking Zhengzhou, which is some farming town of like 7 million people. Mm-hmm. And they had sea cucumber on the fucking on the plates. But that's not even exotic for them.
Okay. How's that?
What is sea cucumber? Is that like ocean pussy? What is that?
The ocean cock.
You guys never answered my question. What food have you fucked? What was this thing where Rozafa fucked a cucumber or something like that?
Yeah.
Corn.
I don't know. If lotion was a food, I've done it all.
I like stromboli, no big deal. You know what a stromboli is? It's like a sandwich, but it's like a pocket. It's like a big hot pocket, really. Pocket, burn my peener. I took it right out of the microwave. What about you, Webb?
I don't think I've ever fucked any food before. I mean, I've probably fucked a number of couches though.
Yeah, I love it. Me too, man. When you're a teenager and you got no play, dude. You have no girls that you can talk to even. You try to find the craziest shit to fuck. I want to know what it feels like. You know what I mean? Fucking a pool filter or yeah, for sure you can fuck a couch.
Yeah, it's just like fucking a fat girl.
It's better.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk to it later.
I never had sex with anything other than a woman, but I did watch American Pie with my girl the other day.
You could definitely fuck a pie. Why not?
Jason Biggs. Was that his name?
Jason
Yeah.
Biggs. Yeah, do you know that Woody Allen saw American Pie and was like, I gotta put this guy in a movie. Jason Biggs in a fucking movie. Like, how out of touch is Woody Allen?
I heard he's rather in touch.
I was waiting for it, Wub. I heard from his daughter that he was rather touchy.
Give her a touching tribute. Have you ever listened to her talk?
Oh, yeah. There's a documentary called Wild Man Blues, which I highly recommend. It's very interesting to see how Woody Allen acts off stage when he's walking around. He's just an old dude. Like, even this is from 1996. He's even older now. I can only fucking imagine what their relationship was like. But he's just an old guy, and she's just taking care of him. She just, I don't know. It definitely doesn't have a girlfriend-boyfriend dynamic to it. It's more like a caretaker that he occasionally jacks off in front of or whatever. No way he's fucking now.
Well, at that age, I mean, what more do you want?
That's all I want now. Give me a caretaker I can fuck. Help. I need help. But you guys both have girlfriends, so I don't think you even know the phenomenon I was talking about earlier. But like girls right now are going wild because they're all alone and fucking bored, and they just want attention from fucking anybody. So I'm predicting in a week I'll just be getting all these. I'll be fielding all these nude pictures and fucking requests for like fucking FaceTime diddling or whatever.
Oh yeah, I bet like cyber sex is basically through the roof right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now's a good time to invest in like Pornhub and sites like that.
Or Fleshlight. I was gonna say I want a quarantine girlfriend. Like we can talk on the text or on the phone, and then maybe we'll do some cyber sex at night. And then when the quarantine ends, I don't ever fucking talk to you again. I don't want to talk to you in real life. I want a quarantine girlfriend, you know?
That sounds safe. That's responsible.
Is it safe? Any adventure with a woman is unsafe, I find. Potential catastrophe. By the way, I am going to edit this, so feel free to say whatever you want and then tell me later. I have to cut out it's so slow, the lag time. At least on the audio version, you have to cut that down because it's unlistenable otherwise.
Are we not live?
No, I wouldn't even want to touch that right now because we're new to Zoom too. We only did it one time last week.
Okay.
So this is like a relatively new concept to us, and I hate it. I hate it. Our pictures look pretty good today. I think the pictures look good. The video, I mean, but I hate the way it sounds. I don't like the fact that I don't feel like I can talk to you guys like normally, you know?
Yeah, it's hard because you gotta wait and for the thing to switch, and the audio is a little odd.
Audio.
Yeah, but Amir, your camera looks fucking bomb.
I know, and you're just on a cell phone, right?
No, I have I am, but I also have one of those ring lights.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I got the phone in the middle of the ring, and so I can adjust the light. Check this out. Wait, where's the thing? So here's the. Can you see me getting brighter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. I don't know how the audio is for you guys, but
sounds about the same powers.
I just mean the video quality though of whatever camera you're using is pretty bomb.
Really? Oh,
yeah. I can see all the imperfections on your face.
I can see how big that gap in your teeth is,
Women like that gap, don't they?
I can fit a wire connection through my gap.
Yeah. Women like that though. I like chicks that have the gap teeth.
Me too.
It's like it's an interesting. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. The bigger the gap, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Like if there's like two teeth missing in the front, then you know she's there.
Oh, I know the homeless chicks I could hook you up with if that's what you're into.
All right, we'll bring in the Robin Hood.
I keep seeing there's one of them that called me fat one time, and I keep seeing her around the fucking neighborhood. She will not go away at all. But now when I see her, we know each other. Like I look at her, I recognize her, and I wait for it. Are you gonna belittle me again?
You should call her fat. Is she fat?
No fucking way is she fat.
You should call ice on her, bro.
White. Can I still call ice on her?
Yeah. Ice will take her away, man. She probably has no documents.
Good. Get rid of her, dude. She sucks.
Yeah.
She sucks.
Yeah, guys.
Well, dude, did anyone else in your place get sick, Amir, when you got sick?
You know what? My girlfriend and daughter did not get sick at all. So I was surprised. I mean, I was trying so hard to get everybody sick, and it was not working out. And
you're just like spitting in their coffee and stuff in the morning.
I was licking everything in the house, bro. My tongue touched everything. So yeah, I guess my germs aren't very like strong. So
I also read that the COVID virus can like morph into pneumonia or the flu. So I'm wondering if maybe you did have it, and then but the symptoms you spiraled through those symptoms so quickly. Because I don't know, I got really sick in December for 2 weeks, And I did have a fever and a cough, but it didn't last longer than a day. I had all the other terrible flu symptoms much longer. I don't know.
Yeah, you had corona, bro, and then
Yeah.
you just had it really quick because you're young and you're healthy and you did a lot of ass.
Well, that's true. You know, John Prine died the other day, but he was 76 years old, so he would have died realistically any fucking way. Coronavirus was just one of the things that he had when he died. Like, he's an old dude.
Who is that? I saw everybody talking about him. I don't even know who he is, and I'm a music lover.
I was surprised that so many people knew who he was, too, when he died. John Prine is a singer-songwriter from the 70s. I highly recommend his first album. It's fucking incredible. It's just a fucking perfect album. I've played John Prine songs live, actually, at Big Fish before. I did it at least twice. I just love him. He's just a great lyricist.
What's one of his songs?
Oh, there's no famous songs, but I mean, there's songs that like that are well.
Did other people play him? Like, did other people play his shit?
Yes. John Denver covered a bunch of his songs. Emmylou Harris covered his songs. A bunch of people covered his songs. He was kind of like a Bob Dylan type of guy, where he was more successful as a songwriter.
That's like Leon Russell. You know Leon Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Like his songs are amazing, but like nobody knows his versions.
Mm-hmm. Or Randy Newman's another good example of a guy that had a lot more success as a songwriter than as a singer, even though he's a good singer too. But John Prine made me sad because, you know, Bill Withers died last week too, but Bill Withers hasn't released an album in fucking 30 years.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we lost out on new music. With John Prine, he was still touring, he was still releasing albums, and they were actually fucking good. Like, they weren't bad. He never got bad. That never happens.
Bill Withers, like, as amazing as he was, those later albums are just like, they're boring.
I don't think he cared at that point. I think I read an interview with him the week he died, and it sounds like he just really didn't give a fuck about Hollywood or being famous. And in fact, the reason why Just the Two of Us is attributed to Grover Cleveland, is that what his name is? There's some jazz guy. It's a Bill Withers song. He wrote the lyrics, he wrote the music, and he sings on it, but he let Grover Washington or something like that.
Yeah.
Washington take credit for it. And he did that because he hated his record label. He was like, fuck you. I don't want you to make a bunch of money off of my song. I'm going to give it to this other guy and let him take all of the credit and reap whatever. Bill was a cool guy. Long story short, I just think he was a cool guy. But he wasn't making any new music, so it really doesn't affect me that he died, because it's like, well, I still only listen to your old shit. Anyway, it's like there was anything else to look into.
Well, Bill Withers did have one new song he was working on before he died. Yeah, maybe you guys like to hear it. Here it goes. Ain't no pussy during Corona time. It's only sad when I get no ass.
Me and Webb had a really nice experience where we have a mutual friend that we took LSD with. And, you know, there's not really, when you're really, really high, it's not really much. It's not like you're going to go out and drive a car or you're not going to do anything. So Webb had the bright idea of putting on a Bill Withers concert. And it was great. That was one of those experiences where drugs and music really paired together beautifully.
Yeah, it saved us from the previous thing we were watching, which was an interview with the Juggalos and Howard Stern on a broken television set.
He had like a 50-inch TV, which I guess in a drunken something he just dropped on the ground. So they're just like, it's like a 10-inch fucking crack across the fucking screen.
Dude, the corner of it looked like, you know, a kid had stuck 10 magnets on it or something. It was just fucking impossible to look at. And then we watched some Don Hertzfeldt, which, which I've also used to get pussy, by the way, which shows you Not how great Don Hertzfeld is, but how good I am at getting pussy. To be able to.
What, would you like to hear the ultimate getting ass song?
Of course I would.
I'm going to play one line, and I would like to know if you guys can guess what song this is. All right, here. Tell all the hunters to lay down their guns. Tell them that the tiger needs a little bit of love. Let them roam the jungle. Let them roam their lands. Stand back and marvel. What a beautiful cat. 'Cause I saw a tiger. Now I understand. I saw a tiger. And tiger saw a man.
That's a real song, Amir.
Yeah, it's by Joe Exotic.
Yeah, I haven't seen the show yet. I'm sorry, I missed out on that.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
dude,
man.
the guy's videos are really kind of incredible. Like his sense of the music and everything is like, it's really interesting.
Yeah, because I think he hired somebody else to sing the songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he had like all these explosions and guns to use and tigers to put in his videos. So yeah, great.
That's the thing, though. But since he was gay, he didn't have like tits and ass in it. So that was his big, the big drawback.
Yeah, just a lot of. The only ass was in there was tiger pussy.
Mm-hmm. This sounds like a prostitute's name, by the way, Tiger Pussy.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
threat.
she's on Sepulveda, actually.
Got that tiger pussy.
It's a tranny that Charlie Sheen fucked, named Tiger Pussy.
Hey, can I talk about some guy talk stuff real quick?
Yeah.
Do you know the concept of orbiting? Do you understand what that means, Amir? I know Wub does, but
Yeah, I think it means when a guy is circling around a girl at a bar or a club or something.
But yeah, it can also extend onto the internet, or just like they try to be friends with the girls and stuff. Well,
They generally are around just trying to be near the chicks that they want to fuck, but they can't actually make moves on them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And when I was younger, I thought women hated orbiters. And now as I get older, I realize they love orbiters, and they like to turn you into an orbiter against your will if you don't act fast enough. So, for instance, I was thinking about this girl that was hitting me up in January, and I didn't pursue it for whatever reason. And so she stopped messaging me in February. But what she does is she'll do this thing where, and a lot of girls are doing this right now, where they sort of strategically like something on Facebook. Because in the past, when they liked one of your things, you went and sent them a message, right? So she did that to me twice. And one time was at 1 a.m, and I fucking completely fell for it. I responded immediately both times. She's never responded to a text again. She just wants to make sure. She just wants to make sure I'm still on the line. You know what I mean? She wants to make sure I'm orbiting. So is this still orbiting? And it's good for them to have orbiters because that guy could be a provider later. He might be like if your boyfriend right now sucks, maybe this next guy could be a nice guy or whatever.
Yeah, she wants you in the queue.
Yes,
she wants to get you queued up. Yeah,
they have the options. But this is where I always get disgusted. I'm like, I should be at the fucking front of the line right now, and if I'm not there, I'm leaving. Goodbye. I'm not going to fucking message you anymore. I don't give a fuck when you like something at 2 a.m. and you know I'm alone. She also did this thing where after she liked it, she sat on the messenger for like a half an hour. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
I don't think they actually have any interest in the guys that they make into orbiters. They just use them to pass the time between the dicks that they are getting.
I think so too. And I resent being lumped into the orbiter category. So whenever it happens, I do something awful usually. I think it's awful just to reject them entirely and never talk to them again. They don't like that. But there's also the alternative route, which is to say something super fucking mean to them to break out of the orbiter thing and get them to respond to you. That's another thing, is that just from my own personal experience, from talking about how I was in my 20s, the meaner I am, the more pussy I get 100% of the time. Like anytime a woman has seen me humiliate another comic at an open mic, which happens a lot, they love me. They never fucking forget. They're like, oh, that one time I went to your open mic, you had a second mic and you were ranting at the person on stage. It's like, that's not appealing. That should be a huge red flag to you. Okay. They're like, this dude's gonna fucking dominate the shit out of me when he gets me home. If this is how he treats open micers, god damn, he's gonna fuck the hell out of me. And they're not wrong.
So what you're saying is maybe you should do an open mic rant on as an opening for every girl you hit on now.
Maybe I should. Now, I mean, I understand why girls like me. It's not because I am attractive or have money. I have an attitude. I have the attitude that is attractive. Like, I don't take shit. If we had a kid, I'd protect that kid. You know?
Oh man, I can't picture you with a kid.
I could picture myself with a kid. I would be a great father. I'd do the exact opposite of everything my dad did. That would be awesome. I don't know.
Oh, that's a start.
Mm-hmm. I am at the age where I have been thinking about, well, did I just blow it? Should I have kids? What am I doing? Because my career isn't going anywhere. Dude, Amir, I haven't been booked doing comedy all year. This virus, all fucking year. I didn't get any bookings in February or January, and then fucking pandemic happened, so you could just forget about any bookings for a little while.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Why didn't I just have a kid instead? Why didn't I just have a kid instead? What was I doing for 10 or 11 fucking years? I could have a 11-year-old kid right now and hang out with him and have a friend.
Just get a dog.
I have 2 cats. Isn't that's like a dog? 2 cats and 1 dog.
You can take your dog to the park. You can play catch with the dog.
Oh, I can play catch with my cats too.
You know what? Cats don't get you ass though. Dogs, if you get a cute dog, woo, watch out.
Cats actually hurt your chances of getting pussy because women don't want to come to your house. They think it might smell or they get hair all over their clothing or whatever.
Yeah.
I definitely haven't gotten. I've only had like 2 women since I moved here and got cats. And when those girls came over, I would just put the cats in another room. You know what I mean? They may not have even known there were cats.
That's funny.
There's so much you have to do to get pussy. I wish women could understand it because, like I was telling you that story about the Muslim chick that I brought home. Dude, she came home with me because she was drunk. And she wanted to come home and get drunker because she thought the bar closed. She thought I'd have alcohol at my house. So when I didn't have alcohol at my house, she was like, I'm not fucking you. She sobered up. She's like, what, you? No. So that's stuff, you have to think about these things. You have to think about, I got to put my cats in the other room because they'll scare the girl away. I got to fucking have alcohol at all times. You have to have weed. You need to have weed just in case. And now I live in the park, so now I have to ask these girls to be like, are you okay with driving a half an hour to get to my house? You know what I mean?
Yeah, since you're a bachelor, you need to have the 2 essentials. You need a puppy and cocaine.
Yeah.
You put it in a little vial around on the collar of the dog. You know? Just bust it out. You get a little I don't know, what's a little tiny white dog, you know, something real fluffy.
I don't know. I thought this was a good podcast so far. We had some funny times.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was so bad.
This is fun. My girlfriend's been in the back over there just laughing almost the whole time.
That's awesome.
Just not the Hitler part. She didn't like that.
I'm obviously not serious about Hitler, okay?
Of course you're not. Of course you're not.
You know, but this is not about your girlfriend. This is about people that read my Facebook mostly. They don't get that I'm joking sometimes. I'm like, I'm being very over the top. Like, how fucking absurd do I need to make a statement before you realize I'm joking? I'm yelling. I'm yelling the joke. I'm not being
Yeah.
serious. I'm smiling.
I know some people literally think that you have a wife and she has a boyfriend.
That's true, dude. They think that I share my wife with another man. That's how lowly they think of me.
It shows you how ridiculous, though, it is that people would think that, like, well, that could be true.
But the problem is, in our current society, it is true. For some, there's a lot of people out there that do that shit for real. What are they called? Pansexual. Get the fuck out of here. They just fuck anybody. You have no fucking scruples. You have no fucking self-respect. You just fuck anybody. You don't say no to anybody. That's pathetic. I love saying no. I love saying no. I get women totally. It feels great to tell a hot woman no about anything, about literally anything.
And anybody who claims to be a sapiosexual is a liar, and they just learned that word, and they think it makes them smarter. Like, you're not attracted to people because of how smart they are, okay? Or else it'd be fucking a bunch of nerds who are programmers.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of some, I don't know, what the fuck?
Some Chad.
Some, Tony Robbins looking motherfucker.
See, I like that stuff because every woman you know has fucked a 10. Like maybe 1% of the men you know have fucked a 10.
Yeah.
Like it's just so much easier for girls to get laid because a 10, a guy who's a 10 will fuck a fat girl. He will do that. He'll fuck any girl, really. A girl who's a 10, there's a very small group of men that are gonna get into the vicinity of that woman and actually get to fuck her because she's more valuable.
Yeah, and more guys are scared to approach women that hot.
Mm-hmm.
So they're lonelier. They're usually much lonelier.
Yeah, and girls think that their pussy is gold, so they'll hit on the 10 anyway.
Yep. Even though they really shouldn't have any shot at all.
Dude, I don't understand why. I don't know who put it in the head of women that like pussy is all great. Like they all think their pussy is so great, and then they make fun of men for thinking that they know what's going on with their dicks. Meanwhile, there are some pussies that are disgusting.
Oh, 100%.
Been in them.
And then I went in after you, so I knew it was really gross. But I was too lazy to look up statistics. But long and short of it, if you have a pussy, you don't have to stay in jail ever. You just run over a guy drunk and get out of jail in 24 hours and get on probation.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Just for having a pussy and crying. You killed a man, but you cried, so you don't have to be in jail as long. Anyway.
I actually do know the stat, but...
Oh, let's hear it. I can write it down.
Well, I know one stat. It's that the disparity between sentencing of the same crime with women and men is 6 times greater than the disparity between the convictions of black people and white people. So if you think there's a bias against black people in the justice system, there's a 6 times more bias against men, period.
Time to rise up, man. These women have gotten away with it for too fucking long. I'm tired of it.
We should just take half of the billionaire shit and give it to people. And I'm thinking like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's why we should ask Chappelle to give up half of his arena dates to Boone Shakalaka. You know? Like, that doesn't make any fucking... Oh, we should just take half of the lineups at the Comedy Store and give them to open micers. Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying. I've never heard anyone advocate for that who's, like, in the industry. I love how the people are so on their high horse about giving to other people. But, like, these are the same people that would run the light if they have a fucking chance, you know? Like, they don't even want to give up a minute of stage time for somebody. And they're trying to tell you what people should do with their money. Get fucking real.
Yeah. Why don't they just try to make some money instead of being a fucking loser waiting for handouts? I don't understand that. You know, we live in the greatest country in the world, at least right now, where you can better yourselves. We're doing it. The 3 of us are literally doing it. We moved to Hollywood and we're pursuing our fucking dream. And if we're good, it'll pay off and we'll be fucking millionaires. But I'm certainly not going to come around here thinking I deserve $1 million for nothing. I need to earn that shit, dude. My parents raised me better than that. I'm sorry, this is nothing that you said, Amir, but now I started thinking about all these jackasses that go on Facebook and are like, where's my $1,200 of stimulus package? It's like, that's a loan, motherfucker. You just may as well go to the bank, motherfucker. That's a loan from your taxes. You're paying it back. Free. There's no free lunches in this fucking world.
All of it are loans. That's what I hate about it. People talk about like, oh, they're just giving this money to a corporation. It's like, it's a fucking loan. You know, all the car companies that got all those loans when the recession was hitting, they all paid that shit back, most of them before the time they were even supposed to. So it's just like a bunch of, nobody ever tracks after the point of controversy. They like hear the point and they're pissed off, and then they never follow the story anywhere because there's always some other tantalizing thing for them to click on, and they're just like, oh, I'm just going to go to that next thing that makes me feel, angry again. And
I don't understand it, man. I want to write a bit about it, to be honest with you. I want to write a bit about how the phrase misery loves company is the most true phrase in the English language, because miserable motherfuckers just want to spread that shit around. Like, when your neighbor's having a bad day or he's having a fight with his girlfriend, because guess what? He runs outside and slams the fucking front door, or he fucking kicks something on the way out. So it's like, oh, cool. You're having a bad day, so now I have to have a bad day too. You're doing this at fucking 8 a.m. or whatever, waking my ass up because you're resenting the fact that your girlfriend did something. Fuck you.
There's only one cure for guys with bad days, and that's tiger pussy. You're welcome. Yeah.
Dude, I know we were talking about Woody Allen earlier. Much, I don't know, ignored Woody Allen film is What's Up, Tiger Lily?
Yeah, is that the one where he overdubbed on the Chinese movie or something?
Yeah, it's like a Japanese spy movie that he just removed all the audio from and added new audio to it. Mm-hmm. Like a completely different storyline is used to make the movie work.
Wow.
It's very, to me, it's very like, I don't know, it's off the wall. Like, I like that kind of shit. It's experimental kind of thing.
Yeah, his early stuff was a lot sillier.
Yeah. Match Point is not very silly.
Problem is, he discovered Ingmar Bergman, and then he was like, I think I'm an artsy director too. Like, nah, you're not. You're not at all. Stop it. Just be happy being a fucking clown. Weird how all these comedy people always want to be a dramatic actor later in life.
Yeah.
Like, you already hit a home run being funny. Isn't that enough?
Well, yeah, because they take acting seriously after they get a taste of it. Mm-hmm. And then even the best actors will tell you, like Brad Pitt will tell you, it's embarrassing to watch yourself be a good actor. Mm-hmm. It's just, it's hard.
Even Jim Gaffigan is in dramas now. Jim Gaffigan is a dramatic actor now. That means there's hope for any of us, dude. There's hope for all of us, quite frankly. If he could be in a dramatic movie and people are taking...
I cannot imagine Jim Gaffigan being dramatic.
It's real, dude. Because I saw him in a trailer today, and I was like, Jim Gaffigan? What? He's doing a southern accent? What the fuck is this? But not...
I just want to say right now, I have acted in one unseen pilot, and it was a dramatization where I played a rapist. It's my only credit.
Okay.
I just want to reiterate, a dramatization, not real.
Anytime someone's asked me to do acting, it's always the villain, and that's it. The bad guy. Oh, you're the evil landlord. Cool, thank you. Oh, you're Satan. You are literally Satan. Oh, that's what you think? when you see me. And I was like, well, what's the costume going to be like? He's like, just wear your regular clothes. You're Satan.
Well, Joseph, I got to say the lighting you have doesn't help.
I got a little satanic in here. I'm not going to lie.
If you want, you should probably take headshots right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that better?
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Purple.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, wait. Less red.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. Dude, by the way, I was not even supposed to be cast in that role as the rapist. I was just working as a PA, and they did not have somebody to play the rapist, and they were like, you're the guy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I did it, the actress, who was the actual actress, was like, you're really good at that. Like, I mean, I guess the Malcolm Gladwell, has a point. Your 10,000 hours of practice, it finally, finally came to fruition.
Put that in your act, bro.
Hey, you guys know about this guy, this comedian named, I believe his name is Vince Champ?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, legend.
Well, yeah. So his thing, he's in prison right now, serving several decades because he used to go on tour of colleges, and he was a real clean cut, clean comedy dude. Never smoked.
NACA.
And he would rape girls at every one of the stops. But the part I found really interesting about the story was that he would make them pray with him afterwards. He'd be like, all right, you need to pray for my soul because I just raped you and I don't want to go to hell. You need to pray for me and forgive me. Come on, let's do this.
Oh, that must have been part of the whole joke for him. He must have loved it.
But I was going to say, I read the other day that Hitler was Catholic, so now me and Hitler have two things in common. Anyways, that's a joke I wrote this week. But I wanted to say,
Dude, not only was he Catholic, the church celebrated his birthday during his reign.
That's what I wanted to say, is that if you're a Catholic dude like Hitler or whatever, you just commit genocide, and then on your deathbed you'd be like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I did that. And then you get to go to heaven. It's the greatest trap door. It's the religious trap door of forgiveness. It's beautiful.
But he fucked up though, because if he did kill himself, then that will X out the confession.
Yeah, you get excommunicated if you kill yourself. And honestly, you should go to hell if you kill yourself. What a fuck you to God. That's a fuck you to God himself. You're like, oh, the precious gift of life? Fuck you. Everybody that kills himself is a punk rocker, dude. These are some rebellious motherfuckers. Let me tell you, I don't fuck with three people. Tom Hanks, Hillary Clinton, God. I don't fuck with God, all right?
Oh man, I believe that Hitler and all his buddies are still alive in Argentina.
I do too, actually. I think that I actually think Joe Biden is Hitler without the mustache. I think this should be common knowledge, but a lot of the Nazis we recruited to make NASA with.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, there were a bunch of smart Germans, they recruited it must have been weird though, because they also recruited a bunch of Jews to do that. So they just took them and made them work together.
I find that absolutely fascinating. That's like telling you that Mel Gibson dated a Jewish lady. It's like, what? What? Weren't you just warning the world about Jews and now you just chill out with them? What?
Well, yeah, that's part of my theory that that if you are racist towards a group, there is nothing hotter than having sex with that group.
Yeah.
You think you hate fuck, someone that you have an argument with or something like that. You think that's good, but racial hate fucking, that's probably off the charts orgasms.
By the way, Wub only dates black girls. Take of that what you will. Take of that what you will. Well, I want to go smoke some weed, so maybe we should wrap it up. Because how long have we been talking for? It's 9:30. We've been talking for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, we're 2.5 hours in, guys. All right, my girlfriend's getting annoyed.
Yeah, me too. I'm annoyed with your girlfriend. Stop orbiting, Amir. But we got plenty of stuff to use. I'm going to cut a bunch of stuff out just for length, so it's not like insanely long. And yeah, as I said, if it's not funny, goodbye.
Hey, man, you can make this into 3 episodes.
I thought about that too, but we actually have stuff in the can to use. And we're actually thinking about trying to do some spin-off shows too. Because this is actually pretty easy. It's an easy way to record. It's just not, I don't know. I feel spoiled because we get to go into the studio all the time. So this is definitely not that, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys know if the Comedy Store is getting donations from rich comedians or anything like that?
I wondered that myself. How can they stay in business?
Well, I was thinking though that like they probably own the property at this point. So I doubt they have to rent that space. And they're not paying any staff or anything to be there. I'm assuming, although I haven't talked to anybody, like I haven't asked Rozafa or anything. I'm curious though, but they, you know, what expenses do they have? They're just not pulling in money.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Joe Rogan talking about how him and other guys are recommending to donate to like the Improv and the store so that way they can give the money to the staff that's not working.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool because I mean, those people are really fucked, man. Like anyone in a service industry is kind of fucked right now.
Yeah.
Like I teach shit and like all the places where I teach had to close, and then I do some online things.
I have a feeling a lot of people we know are going to move home, and there's not going to be a lot of people moving back here to replace those people either. You know what I mean?
God willing.
Yeah, but if you lost your job, you probably can't afford to stay here for another 2 months with no work or whatever. And if you're at home right now, you're not going to save up money to move here. It's a fucking pandemic. You need that money right now. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Maybe I'll start getting booked again. I don't even try to get booked. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even complain about stuff like that. I never ask for anything. Oh, we're watching them. Crazy. I don't understand how they can't see that all the presidents are the same. They're not your friend. They're millionaires. They don't fuck about me and you. Why would they? It doesn't make sense. It's like thinking that a politician gives a fuck about us is like homeless people thinking we give a fuck about them. No, you're beneath me, homeless person. I live in a home. So fuck you. You're just an irritation to me because I live in a home and you don't. Well, guess what? When you're like, I don't know, tooting down on adrenaline or whatever the fuck that baby blood drug is, you think you can relate to Joseph P. Larkin at all? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I have designer drugs that cost $2,000 every night. I'm gonna go hang out with Joseph P. Larkin, who literally smokes swag. Smoking some swag. I'm gonna hang out with him. No, they think I'm fucking garbage, and quite frankly, I think I'm garbage too. So we're in agreement, really.
I like it when people say like, "Oh, I'd like to have a beer with that person." Like everyone takes that to heart, you know. Now, like Elizabeth Warren tried to do that when she do her live streams. That AOC does that, where she's got like a fucking drink with her, and it's like, just trying to identify with people when clearly you're not like them at all. Like, of course you want to have a beer with them. Who doesn't want to have a beer with a famous person? You know?
I don't know. I feel like politicians are just like are wired to be really good liars and be believable and pretend that they really care about your plight and your concerns, and they'll feel the same way about Joe Schmo's concerns in Wyoming as they do in the guy in California and New York. So it's just like, come on, man. But whoever has the best act, whoever's like really fun to listen to, those are the ones like Trump that come up, you know?
Yeah, that he pulled back the veil where like people saw that like, oh, it's all an act, and I know it is because this guy is an act.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
They're like, it was really eye-opening to me, at least, to be like, oh, finally you realize that like the best, like the best sort of host. I mean, that guy's show. Everyone makes fun of Trump for his like failed businesses, but it's like he had a show that destroyed. Like the ratings for that show were huge. That's a huge success if you're talking about like production. So when you see that guy and you're like, and then you see him be able to crush other politicians, you're like, oh, it is just a show. And he's just better at it because he has been doing it for like the past 8 years.
Well,
like,
that's what I wanted to say, Webb. I have a theory now about why Hollywood people hate Trump. Because, like, you know, before he was president, everybody loved Trump. Like, he was name-checked in a bunch of rap songs. He's name-checked in an REM song. He was in a Mr. Bungle song. All these different genres of music, of musicians paying tribute to Trump. We all loved him. And I think the reason why these Hollywood people turned against him is because, let's face it, Donald Trump never went to improv class or stand up on the road for 10 years. He was just so fucking charismatic that he became famous through force of will. He literally did nothing. Nothing. He was a real estate guy. He's not in entertainment. So not only did he have the most popular reality TV show of all time or whatever, and not even a TV producer, he still did it, but he became the fucking president. Only one other Hollywood douchebag became president, Ronald Reagan. And guess who they hate too? They hate Ronald Reagan. Has nothing to do with politics. It's all about petty jealousy. Fucking, you know, fucking Rob Reiner, even he, who had a fucking life handed to him by his dad, is walking around going like, I had to do a fucking sitcom for 10 years before I got to make movies. Why the fuck is he president? I should be president. I fucking directed Stand By Me. The people love that movie. Why am I not president? Well, because you don't have charisma, Rob Reiner. That's why you're a great director and not a great actor. You look good behind the scenes. Trump looks good everywhere. And that's another thing is that, you know, people make fun of the way I dress and how I style my hair and whatnot. However, I think it's a genius move to look different than everyone else around you. And no one looks more different than Donald Trump. His hair is fucked up on purpose. He's got fucking orange skin. It's makeup. Dude, you can see whites under his those white eyelids.
Yeah, his suits don't fit.
Orange on purpose.
Yeah.
Fucking A. And it's kind of brilliant because otherwise we would hate him. It's like this billionaire asshole, and you're like basically a landlord. He was basically a landlord in New York City. Fuck this guy. But because his hair's all fucked up, you were like, I can't be mad at you. Look at your fucking dumb hair. You retard. I can't be mad at you.
No, he's got the model wife. So that kind of crushes everything.
Yeah, that does a lot of heavy lifting, man. When you just throw down that card and be like, look who I'm fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even if he was fucking his daughter, it would still be impressive. She's hot as fuck. God damn, you fucking. I got your joke. It's always good to kill with someone off screen. I feel very good about that.
Yeah, you heard my girl laughing?
Yeah.
She is hot, though, too.
Your girlfriend?
No, his daughter.
Okay.
I mean, not that. It's Trump's daughter.
I was gonna say you just dug yourself into a worse hole.
Yeah.
Bronca is hot, dude. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I think she's hot as hell. I love her big fake tits. Can't get enough of them. I love it that our president's wife, the first lady, has big fake tits, and so does his daughter. This is all right, dude. I love that. Also, the arrogance of the average American to say that they're better than Trump or they think Trump is stupid. I got news for you. You sit on your fucking phone all day tweeting stupid, dumb shit. Just like the president. You have more in common with this guy than you'd like to admit. You have a lot in common with him.
Yeah, I think that's why they hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He reminds them of themselves. That's what I think. Don't you ever find that like the people in the comedy community you hate are just people that are like a version of you that's not as funny? So I completely understand it, you know?
Yes, I hate every other guitar comic I see. I really do.
You got it. I imagine that.
Oh yeah, it kills me inside when I see another guitar comic bomb. I'm just like, man, you're killing me, bro. I'm trying to make us look good, and you're fucking it up for us, man.
All right, I think we got enough. We got plenty.